Hello again and thanks for joining. So in an age where a very small van brand new can be almost up to £40, I thought I might take a look at some second-hand models, these ones from Roco, which cost me £8 each. So you can get 5 of these for the price of a small 4-wheeled van these days. Now these might just be boring brown vans, but they're their mainstay of most railways around the world. Both these vans are from the DB, and this one is number 4358 in the Roco International range. So let's get this one open and we'll check it out. So this one is a sliding roof wagon from the DB. You can see the logo there, and it has lots of printing on the side of it. Now to be fair, this printing isn't actually that good. Some of it's a bit wonky, like this one down here, and this right in at the end here is a little bit fuzzy as well. You can't really make it out either. So they've attempted to put a lot of printing on here but not done it that well. It's a brown body and it has a kind of a silvery grey roof on it, which is a separate piece. We also have these extra pieces here which are also made of plastic, and the chassis is also made of plastic and it's done in black, and it has a couple of extra pieces added on. But the roof section, you can actually move it side to side like this. But inside you can see the clips that hold the model together. However, they have moulded the wood effect inside there, which is quite cool. But I think this is a bit more like a gimmick rather than something that's actually useful. And we have what looks like a moulding mark or something here, or it could just be damage from the previous owner, I'm not quite sure, but it does look like a moulding mark. But aside from that, the roof looks pretty good with these ridges on it, and the mechanism is quite easy. On this end we've got this kind of wheel that going round. It wasn't on the other end, but we do have things like the brake wheel here as an extra piece that's been moulded in black and added on too. So there's a nice amount of extra detail on this wagon. The coupling down here is cantilever, it's separate to the bogie, and we even have this little piece here which is another piece of plastic, very fine, it could easily break off. The buffers actually come out of the chassis, so they're separate pieces too, which just push back in like that. There's some really nice relief on the main moulding. All the ribs have been moulded very faithfully. The door actually looks pretty good. It looks as though it could open, but it doesn't actually on this model. And I like the brackets down the bottom here. We've got some steps here too, which are part of the bottom chassis piece. And talking of the chassis, underneath you can see Roco made in Austria here. The planking on the bottom looks really good grain effect, and it's got the cross bracing as well. And this part here, all the brake gear, is an extra piece that's been added on. The bogies also look really good. The representation of springs is very nice, and the wheels revolve really easily. They're just pushed into the plastic, but they seem to revolve pretty good, and they're kind of darkened too. And we have even brake shoes very close to the treads as well. And the couplings, of course, are in NEM pockets and they articulate across the chassis. Now this is a fairly light wagon, but it does look really good. I'm actually really impressed with this, but let's move on to the next one. Okay, so it's another brown van, and again it's from the DB. I think this one is an earlier era of wagon than the first one, I'm not 100% sure. Part number here is 4369A, so sometimes they put A and B because it's different liveries, so maybe this one is a DB one, is maybe a DR one. Anyway, let's get this one out. It comes with this instruction leaflet. Now I did say they got these second hand, but the leaflet is still in here. Got a picture of the model at the top, and it has the different part numbers here. All these different variations seem to be DB wagons, so I thought it might have been DR, but hey, I was wrong. On the back it's talking about how to fit different couplings to this model. And then at the very bottom we've got a diagram showing that you've got some handrails that you can add on to 3 of the 4 corners. And here are the handrails. They're still in the accessory bag, so they've obviously not been fitted by the previous owner. So that's pretty cool that we've still got these. And here is the wagon. It's another bogie brown van, but it looks actually quite good. First thing you notice is the roof. Obviously you're looking down on model trains most of the time. This one again is in the kind of grey silvery effect, but we do have 2 walkways which are additional pieces that have been put in. They're representing wood, so they've been done in brown plastic, and they have a wood effect on it as well. And it's a very fine, nice representation of the hatches on this roof as well. So the roof is a separate part to the rest of the body, which is done in a slightly darker shade of brown to represent wood, I guess. And there's a lot of nice detail on here. It's very deep relief on the ends. You can see that here with this bracing. And we have a little platform with very fine little plastic handrails here for the brake, and steps coming down as well, so you could easily break those off, but it's a nice attention to detail. The couplings again are push fit into the chassis and they're made of plastic, and you can see we have the same kind of coupling in a NEM socket, and it's cantilevered on the chassis again. I'll come to the bogies in a minute, but let's have a look down the side, because we've got some printing at this end which is very clear. It's even down on the chassis and in the brown area, all done really well. And I really do like the amount of relief on this model. The doors look really good. They've got rivet detail on the bracing, as does these cross braces. The chassis section is pretty plain though in the black, but we do have this little section here where we've got a couple of items which have been moulded into the bottom piece of plastic. And here we have some more printing and another little bit of printing up here. No difference at this end of the wagon. We do have a bit of rust on the coupling though, it is a bit of metal. The bogies again are very impressive, different to the first wagon, but certainly have a lot of detail with the springs. Axle boxes look really good, brakes in line with the wheels, and the wheels look a bit finer on this one, and also revolve really good too. Underneath we've got a good representation of wood effect all the way along the underside of the wagon, but in the centre section they've decided to model all the bracing and all the brake gear as well, which looks really good. There's so much attention to detail under there. Again, you can see Roco made in Austria. So this is another impressive wagon. It's not the heaviest one in the world though, so I think we should put both of these two wagons on the scales and see how much they weigh. So the first wagon with the sliding roof weighs 86 grams, and the second wagon we looked at weighs 107 grams. So these two wagons from Roco, now okay, yes, they might just be dull brown vans with grey roofs, but they've actually got a huge amount of detail on them for something as simple as a bogie van, and I'm really impressed with them. Some of the extras that have been put on here, like the steps and the handrails, are so finely detailed and moulded that they look really impressive, and there's enough character on these vans to make them quite interesting on the tracks. The wheels seem to revolve really well, so I don't think you have any problems with these rolling along the track. And they might be a little bit light, but you could maybe add some extra weight to them. The sliding roof wagon, I think the fact that it does actually open is kind of a bit of a gimmick really. I don't know why they model that, I could very easily do without that. But it is quite interesting that they've included that as a feature and that it's part of this model. So overall, I think these are fantastic value for money. When you think you can get maybe even up to 5 of these for the price of one small brand new wagon, to me it's a real no-brainer. You can have an entire train of really quite interesting and varied different wagons on for not much money, and they look great. So I would totally recommend these old Roco made in Austria wagons. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Love to know your thoughts, and if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. I'll put both of these onto the turntable so you can see all the way around. Thanks for checking these out with me. I hope you liked them, and I'll see you on my next video.
So model trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, in tiny worlds, choo-choo, model trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, tiny trains.